There aren't really many small cars you can buy anymore, but they are slowly making a comeback. The main cars that are out at the moment are the Hyundai i10 and Kia Picanto, but there will be the Volkswagen ID1 and the Renault Twingo E-Tech. For now though, the latest city car is this. This is the new Toyota Aygo X Facelift, and now it comes with a hybrid powertrain. Let's have a look to see what it is like. Welcome to Everything Cars and More. So the styling at the front of the new Toyota Aygo X is quite different to the outgoing model. To start with, we get a set of slimmer headlights which gives this car a much sportier but boxy look. These now also have LED headlights on most of the range too. These lights are connected with a silver strip, making you think it has a light bar, which personally I would have liked, and it would have looked a bit better. Lower down we get a big grille which doubles as a central air vent too. This gives it the X-Pattern design like the previous generation Aygo had. You can now also get a sporty GR version too. This gives it a black bonnet and a slightly sportier bumper with some sportier side vents. Moving round to the side, and there isn't that many things to talk about apart from the indicator now moving to the front door mirror and the car being 76mm longer at the front to accommodate the hybrid powertrain. We also do get some new colour and wheel options too. They are 18 inches in size and they are biggest you can get on the smallest car, which is actually a negative because it is very hard to get a set of tyres for these. They also look a bit out of proportion too. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and whilst you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We still also get some black plastic cladding though to give it more of an off-roader look, which is different on a small car. Moving around to the back of the Aygo X, and there isn't that many changes to talk about. You get the same style taillights as before and an all-glass boot opening, which will be expected to replace if it does shatter. But this has been the same on the Aygo ever since it was first made. It does still look quite modern though, giving it quite a quirky design, and the black paint on the back makes the car look all black, which it actually isn't. Right, let's have a look to see what engine and gearbox options you can have with the new Aygo X Facelift, as there are some big changes to talk about. So for the Aygo X Facelift, there is now still only one powertrain available, and this is the all-new hybrid system. This is the same unit from the Yaris hybrid, and it replaces the outgoing 1 litre unit. This means it's a 1.5 litre turbo with 114 brake horsepower. That's up from around about 70 horsepower from the old 1 litre unit. This can do 0 to 62 within 9.2 seconds and is mated to an automatic CVT gearbox, which does actually whine at higher speeds, so you will have to get used to that. What is great though, you can get 78 miles per gallon out of it, which is the most efficient non-plug-in hybrid car you can currently buy. Unfortunately though, there isn't a manual or a pure petrol option anymore, which means if you want a manual Aygo X, then you will have to go for a used model. The price of the new Toyota Aygo X has not been announced yet, but I will let you know once it has. Right, let's have a look to see what the interior is like. So, climbing inside the new Toyota Aygo X, and there are a few changes to talk about. Now, to start with, everything is actually the same as before, with the same dashboard design and plastic. But we do get an updated centre console that now has an electronic parking brake and the automatic gear shifter too. The infotainment system has changed, and rather than having multiple different systems, you now only get the usual Toyota Lexus system, which is quite premium and is very easy to use. Because of this, it also lifts the interior feel up a bit. In front of the driver, we now get a digital instrument cluster, and we finally get some new materials on the seats. Yes, it does still feel quite cheap inside, but then it is a cheap car, and you must cut costs somewhere, so I can understand why it does feel cheap. I don't think there is a recent car that has got a premium high-end feel that is small and cheap. Right, let's have a look to see what the rear seats are like. So, getting into the back of the Aygo X Facelift, and because it is a small car, the legroom isn't the best, but headroom is actually quite decent because of its off-road style. Now, there are only 2 seats in the back, as where the Hyundai i10 and Kia Picanto has 3 seats, but this does actually mean you get better shoulder room in the back, and the seats are also slightly wider. You can also just about get a child seat in the back, although the doors don't open quite wide enough for my liking. Right, let's have a look at the boot. So, opening the boot to the new Aygo X, and you're welcomed with 231 litres of space, which is less than the i10 and Picanto. You can fit a few small carry-on cases though, but you won't be able to fit any baby items inside, as the boot is that small, and it is a shame really. If you fold the seats down though, you do get 829 litres, which is much more usable. So in summary then, what do I think of the new Toyota Aygo X Facelift then? Well, it is one of these cars that is quite unique. It has a quirky design to it and a premium-ish interior. The practicality isn't the best, but then it doesn't need to be because this car won't be used as a main car with a family of 4. You would buy an SUV for something like that. Really, it is for driving around town in, or for a first-time drivers, or for a one-person family car. If we look at it like that, then it is a superb car. It's cheap to run, very efficient, and has a lot of safety systems and technology. And actually, it's better value than say like a used premium SUV at the same price. Really then, this car shouldn't be overlooked if it fits your lifestyle. It is also the only smallest SUV you can buy in the city car segment, which is quite cool actually. So, what do you think of this car then? Leave a comment below, and whilst you're at it, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to Everything Cars and More. I'll see you in the next video.